In governance, policy making demands precision. That's why the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, or MCA, seeks public feedback through its vital e-Consultation module. However, the sheer volume of responses creates a major bottleneck. Manually sifting through thousands of comments is time-consuming and risks overlooking critical insights. This is where the challenge ends and true insight begins. Introducing Sentinels, our AI-powered e-consultation analysis tool. We transform raw data into actionable intelligence, ensuring every voice is not just heard, but understood.
It's time to witness the power and simplicity of Sentinels in action. For this demonstration, we'll be using a real-world dataset, hundreds of public comments ranging from supportive to critical. Now watch how effortlessly the system accepts the data. A simple drag and drop is all it takes. No complex configurations, no manual setup. The platform is primed and ready. And now, the moment of truth. With a single click, we initiate the analysis. Let's see how Sentinels transforms raw, unstructured data into actionable intelligence. Now, what's truly powerful is that our tool doesn't just give raw data. It gives immediate insight. The first thing you see is the executive finding, an AI-generated summary of the entire feedback designed for quick decision-making. Instantly, it has determined that the overall feedback is mixed. More importantly, it has pinpointed the single most discussed topic among stakeholders: timeline and implementation. The data below supports this finding, showing a clear split: 60% negative feedback versus 40% positive. This tells an officer exactly where the friction lies. Without reading a single comment, we need to understand who is saying what. Our next feature, analysis by stakeholder group, does exactly that. The AI automatically categorizes feedback based on the stakeholder's profile. Notice here, legal professionals are overwhelmingly positive. However, startup founders are mostly negative. This immediately tells a policymaker that the policy's impact isn't uniform across groups. Targeted solutions can be created instead of a one-size-fits-all approach. And when we look at the top concern column, patterns emerge. Some groups share concerns like timeline and implementation, while others, like business owners, focus on cost and financial burden. This level of targeted insight is invaluable for making precise and effective amendments. But sometimes, the most crucial feedback isn't just positive or negative. It's nuanced. Our AI identifies and surfaces these high-value mixed feedback comments, the hidden gems that might get lost in thousands of entries. Let's look at this first comment. It begins with praise. We applaud the mandatory ESG reporting framework. It's a fantastic step for corporate transparency. A basic tool might stop there and label it positive. But our system sees the full picture. It captures the critical warning that follows. However, the aggressive 3-month timeline for CSR reports is a major source of fear for us. This comment contains both a strong endorsement and an actionable concern. By flagging this, our tool ensures policymakers can save what works and fix what doesn't, all from a single piece of feedback.
Understanding who has concerns is critical. But the next question is always, what exactly are they concerned about? This brings us to our most granular level of analysis, sentiment by topic. Our AI doesn't just read a comment as a whole. It identifies the specific aspects being discussed, like cost, timeline, or regulation, and analyzes the sentiment for each individually. Let's examine the most discussed topic we identified earlier, timeline and implementation. Our tool isolates every mention of this topic and instantly shows that the overall sentiment here is negative. It provides the key phrases driving this sentiment and even surfaces the most impactful positive and negative comments specifically about the timeline, allowing for a focused review. But here's where we go a layer deeper: emotion analysis. Notice for this topic, alongside joy, there is a significant 20% presence of fear. This is powerful. The feedback isn't just negative, it's a clear signal that the proposed timeline is causing genuine anxiety among stakeholders. A nuance a standard analysis would completely miss. And this detailed breakdown is available for every key aspect. While cost is a major concern, compliance and regulation is viewed very positively. This allows policymakers to surgically address the parts of the policy that aren't working without diluting the parts that are. Now, after assessing the complete sentiment report, let's turn our attention to the summary report. This is where we solve the core challenge: processing massive volumes of text quickly and efficiently. The summary report begins by identifying the top discussed topics, a quick guide that shows exactly where the conversation is most concentrated. We can immediately see areas like timeline, cost, and compliance emerging as the key themes. But to save maximum time, our AI generates a single powerful executive summary. Not a summary of one comment, but a synthesis of the most critical points across all feedback condensed into one paragraph. An official can read this and in just 15 seconds grasp the primary concerns across the board. Of course, understanding problems is one thing, but finding solutions is the real goal. And this is where our tool truly stands out. It automatically extracts key actionable suggestions from the text. For instance, here's a recommendation from a corporate lawyer, suggesting a supplementary document with clearer definitions. And here, an economist proposing tax incentives. Suddenly, a sea of feedback is transformed into a practical list of potential solutions. For those who need to go deeper, the report also offers detailed thematic summaries. Select any major topic like timeline and implementation or cost and financial burden, and instantly see a consolidated summary of every comment made on that issue. It's like having a dedicated report for each key theme. And finally, at the most granular level, we have notable individual summaries. On one side, you see the full original comment. On the other, the AI's concise, accurate summary. This is the core engine powering the entire platform, ensuring unmatched speed without sacrificing detail or accuracy. That was our comprehensive summary report. Now let's move toward one of the most visually intuitive features in our toolkit, the word cloud. It gives an instant, at a glance view of the most frequently discussed terms. In the overall view, focus areas like ESG, CSR, and policy stand out immediately. But the real power lies in interactivity. With just a single click on the positive filter, the cloud reshapes to highlight words like transparency, welcome, and fantastic step. And then switch to negative and the tone shifts. Now terms like financial burden, aggressive timeline, and fear dominate. It's a fast, visual way to contrast the language of support versus concern. For sharper focus, the platform drills down into top keywords by theme. For example, under cost and financial burden, you see the exact terms fueling debate, cutting through all the noise. So that was our word cloud report, perfect for quick topic spotting. Now let's step into our most powerful visualization, the insight graph. This is the DNA of feedback. At the center is the core policy, branching into major themes, each color-coded by sentiment. The insights are instant. Compliance and regulation glows green, well received, while cost and financial burden lights up in red, a clear friction point. And here's where it gets powerful. You can drill down from a theme like timeline and implementation, trace directly to the keywords and phrases shaping that sentiment. This isn't just visualization, it's strategic discovery, connecting the what to the why, transforming raw feedback into clear, actionable intelligence. So, those are analytical features, but we also have some exciting functionalities that make the entire platform more useful and user friendly in a day to day workflow. First, every piece of analysis you've seen can be exported. For each tab, whether it's the detailed sentiment report or the thematic summaries, you can download a specific, clean report with a single click. This makes sharing insights with your team or archiving findings incredibly simple. And lastly, we understand that analysts often work for long hours. To enhance user comfort, the entire application features a seamless dark mode. With just one switch, the interface adapts, reducing eye strain and making the data visualization even more impactful, especially during late night sessions. So, what we have witnessed is a journey from a raw, complex data file to a dashboard of clear, multi layered, and deeply actionable intelligence. Sentinels transforms hours of manual work into seconds of clarity. It moves beyond simple data processing to provide true insight. This is how we empower better governance. This is how we ensure every voice matters. And this is the future of data driven policymaking. Thank you.